So you've used the word optimize. You said you ran 11 marathons at some point in the world. And this past few months, you've changed, I guess, to see kind of the fitness and the fitness go up, weight go down.
Yeah.
What was going on before that was making it uncomfortable or not where you wanted to? And
you asked me why I was fat. Just ask. Why was I fat? I was fat.
Well, as a former fat kid
I believe in fat shaming. I wish more of my friends fat shame. I'm just putting it out there.
I agree,
and I don't think large in charge is cool. I don't think obesity is cool. I think it's a death sentence. And I was a marathon runner. I weighed 166, 168. Then I stopped running marathons, and every year I added 2 pounds. And then I woke up one day and, 10 years ago, and I was 213. And I was like, whoa, that's an alarm bell. Like, I can't run anymore. I'm getting like knee pain, sciatica in my leg. I'm 5'9" and I'm 213. It was like, I was seriously obese, over 30 BMI. And I got myself into the 190s. So that was great. And then I kept trying to get the weight off. And I was like, I'm just not able to break through. And then COVID happened. And I was pretty serious about not getting COVID. And then I realized, like, hey, we're 18 months into this thing. And everybody's going to get it. Things are going to open back up. And exactly what the experts are saying, like, it's going to move to an endemic and everybody's going to get it. People are not going to stay indoors for 10 years. It's going to last 2 years or something is my guess. It's exactly what it lasted. And it's going to get weaker and weaker. And the treatments are going to get better and better. But I don't want to be the schmuck with 3 kids, a wife, and an amazing life who's 213 pounds, gets COVID and gets put on a fucking ventilator and dies. That's just stupid. And it was that realization. My friend Tony Shea died last year or a year and a half ago, November 27th in 2020. And that really impacted me. I was like, geez, Dave Goldberg died a couple of years before that. Was a close friend of mine. We played poker every week. Tony Shea was a close friend of mine. We played poker often. And, watching 2 of my friends die in their 40s. And I was just like, I just don't want to die. And I want to be here. And this is the only thing I'm doing that's really fucking stupid. So I was in Italy for kind of my friend's 50th and a belated 50th for me. We had a bunch of our friends in Italy in August. And I was like, I'm 196 pounds. I had been 198 pounds. I was like, I'm just going to eat one less meal a day. I'm going to cut 500 calories a day. I'm going to take this until I get 180. And I woke up earlier this week, I was 170, 189. Awesome. So I'm now 20 lighter, than my last year. Success with gourmet food and eating out and being a gavone. And then you really only need to eat 2.5 meals a day, I think. You can eat modest portions. And just everything is stacked against you. The entire world is stacked against you in the modern world in terms of weight loss. Because we're sedentary, combined with the food availability is nuts. And I think we really, the COVID was a missed opportunity for this country, for the presidents over 2 different administrations to say, listen, this thing kills fat people. If I was president, I would have just gone on air and I would say, listen, if you're fat, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to die 10x more than everybody else. This is a disease of the old, the fat, and the people who are immunocompromised. Fat is not cool. Large and in charge is not cool. Body shaming also not cool. But body positivity for obese people is also not cool. And this idea that you can be fat and healthy, I think, is complete, utter bullshit. You cannot be 30 pounds overweight and have this massive amount of fat on your body based on all of the research I've done, which has been decades that I've struggled with this. And I know how hard it is for people. I yo-yoed for 2 decades.
Yeah.
In my 30s and 40s, I yo-yoed. It can take a long time. It's emotional. I get it all. But you we have to as a society, and we have to as individuals take obesity seriously. Like, people don't smoke cigarettes anymore. That's fucking great. But people are still eating themselves to death. And we need to come up with incentives, and we need to stop this absolute tragedy of framing fat as or criticism of obesity as body shaming. I don't think anybody should individually be body shamed, but as a society, we should say, this is the proper BMI to live a long, healthy life. And if you're above this weight for this height of this body mass, 99.9% you're going to die early and this is bad for you. And I don't know when we all became so soft to this, but I wish more of my friends were like, you look terrible, you know, and I look at myself on camera now and I'm like, okay, not bad for 51. But, you know, you look at me a year ago and my face is like, and then my face is like,
wild.
It's kind of wild. And let me tell you something. Nothing tastes as good as thin feels. Full stop. I think Kate Moss said something like this and everybody jumped down her throat. She's anorexic, whatever. I don't know her situation, but I can tell you there is nothing I can put down my throat and eat that tastes better than being fit and thin feel. So if you're struggling with this, Ethan Suplee, who was massively obese, who's a friend of mine, the celebrity, has an incredible podcast, American Glutton. I was on it. He has struggled with it. He has more authority than I do. Listen to Tim Ferriss, listen to Kevin Rose, and listen to Ethan, and jump down the rabbit hole. Be forgiving of yourself, but hold yourself accountable. It's a journey, not a destination, and you'll get there eventually.
When I met you back in 2018, I was 300 pounds. When the pandemic
What?
hit, I lost 100 pounds during that. I worked out every single day.
Yeah, Zach,
I got outside and
go, best friend, go.
Yeah, it's, you know, I think you look at yourself and you're like, oh, I'm not that big. You can get on the scale and see it, and then it starts coming off. And like, I had lunch with someone that I hadn't seen in 18 months, 24 months, whatever it's been, 2 days ago. And he knew that I had lost weight. And when he got out of the car, he said he couldn't see me because he was looking for Fat Zach, not New Zach.
Oh, Fat Jake and Fat Zach.
It's interesting how
great
the dynamics of that.
How much better is your mental clarity?
Oh, I mean, I think everything is unbelievably better.
But speak to mental clarity, because I think people don't understand this, that the carbs and the fat on your body create I don't know if you had this experience, but it created a cloud in my thinking and my crispness.
Constantly cloudy.
It's
Before.
the carb cloud. It's the fat cloud.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now
you don't have this, Tim, because you run 320 marathons,
right.
But you've never been fat. But
it's amazing too how you don't have to lose a lot of weight either to start feeling that. And then it just accelerates. Yes. And by doing the reps, you start feeling a heck of a lot better, and then you want to keep it going and going. And then you do, you know, I remember when I first started doing this, I was running 15-minute miles. It was very difficult to do.
I think you mean you were walking 15-minute miles.
Well, I would, run a minute, walk a minute. Yeah. But now I just ran a half marathon, and 8 of the 13 miles were under 8-minute pace.
You go.
I ran a 147 the other day. I mean,
humans are meant to run. I really want to get back to the running game.
Scott Jarrett,
I find I can't do both. I couldn't do the dramatic weight loss and run or exercise hard, because I would exercise hard and then I would binge. So I don't know, you know, people can have different experiences. I think Ethan's podcast explains this a whole lot better than I can, or Tim Ferriss's does. But what I found was I would constantly try to do too much, get too obsessive. And then when I just said 1 pound a week for 12 weeks, let's just try to get 12 pounds off, I did 16. And then I did it for another couple of weeks. I had a little relapse where I gained 2 pounds, but I just kept myself accountable, got on the scale every day, and I got there. And there's a lot of different programs out there you can do. Go see a doctor, go see a nutritionist. There's nothing better you can do for yourself than get the fat off your body.
And the clarity aspect of it is amazing. You start doing a heck of a lot better in business. Everything is just, it's mind blowing. And it seems counterproductive, really. It's like, oh, do this work and you'll feel better. But it's true. You know, that's why Tim runs every day. That's why I work out every day. So
Here we go.